Every garden bed style explained in 10 minutes. Number 1. In-ground beds. In-ground beds are the most traditional way to garden and involve planting directly into the native soil. You simply dig up the grass, amend the dirt with some compost, and start planting your seeds. This is by far the most cost-effective method because you don't need to buy wood, metal, or expensive bulk soil. Because the plants are deep in the earth, they stay cooler in the summer and can access moisture far underground. However, you are at the mercy of your local soil quality, so if you have heavy clay or rocks, it can be a lot of physical labor. It's the best choice for large-scale vegetable patches where you have plenty of space to roam. For the purist who wants a natural look, nothing beats the simplicity of an in-ground garden. Number 2. Raised beds. Raised beds are probably the most popular choice for modern home gardeners because they offer so much control. These are usually wooden or metal frames built on top of the ground and filled with high-quality garden soil. Because the soil is contained, it warms up faster in the spring, allowing you to start your season earlier. They also save your back and knees since you don't have to bend down quite as far to reach your plants. Drainage is excellent in a raised bed, making it almost impossible to drown your plants during a heavy rainstorm. They act as a natural barrier to weeds and some crawling pests that would easily invade a ground-level garden. It's a clean, organized look that makes any backyard look like a professional mini-farm. Number 3. Hugelkultur, or raised mounds. Hugelkultur is a centuries-old German technique that involves building a garden bed over a pile of rotting logs and organic debris. You start by piling up old wood, then cover it with branches, leaves, and finally a thick layer of topsoil. As the wood slowly decays over several years, it creates a massive amount of heat and nutrients for your plants. The buried logs act like a giant sponge, soaking up rainwater and releasing it slowly, so you barely have to water at all. These beds are usually shaped like high mounds, which actually gives you more surface area to plant on. It's an incredible way to recycle yard waste and build long-term soil fertility for free. If you want a self-sustaining garden that gets better with age, this is the ultimate slow gardening method. Number 4. No-till or no-dig beds. No-till gardening, often called lasagna gardening, is all about protecting the tiny organisms living in your soil. Instead of digging or tilling the earth, you build layers of organic matter like cardboard, compost, and mulch directly on top of the grass. The cardboard smothers the weeds, while the layers above break down into rich, fluffy soil that plants love. By not digging, you keep the soil's natural structure intact and prevent dormant weed seeds from being flipped to the surface. It's much less work over time because the mulch layer keeps the garden moist and relatively weed-free. This method is perfect for anyone who wants to improve their soil health without breaking their back with a shovel. It's a quiet, patient way to garden that mimics the way a forest floor builds itself. Number 5. Vertical garden beds. Vertical beds are the ultimate solution for urban gardeners or anyone with a tiny backyard. Instead of spreading out across the ground, these beds go up walls, fences, or specialized A-frame towers. You can use pockets, hanging pots, or stacked wooden planters to maximize every square inch of vertical space. It's a great way to grow herbs, strawberries, and leafy greens right outside your kitchen door. Because the plants are off the ground, they are much harder for slugs and rabbits to reach. Vertical gardens also provide great airflow, which helps prevent many common fungal diseases on your leaves. It's a stylish and modern way to turn a boring brick wall into a living, edible masterpiece.
Number 6. Keyhole gardens. A keyhole garden is a circular raised bed with a small slice missing, so you can walk right into the center. In the very middle of the circle sits a composting basket where you toss your kitchen scraps and gray water. As the scraps break down, the nutrients and moisture leach directly out into the surrounding soil where the plants are growing. The circular shape is highly efficient, allowing you to reach every single plant without ever stepping on the soil and compacting it. It was originally designed for dry climates because it conserves water so well, but it works brilliantly anywhere. It's a beautiful, functional design that combines your compost bin and your garden into one smart system. This is the perfect bed for someone who loves smart design and wants to waste as little as possible. Number 7. Container gardening. Container gardening is the most flexible style because your bed can be anything from a terracotta pot to a recycled plastic bucket. This is the only option for people with only a balcony, a patio, or a paved driveway to work with. The biggest advantage is mobility. You can move your pots around to follow the sun or protect them from a sudden frost. You have 100% control over the soil environment, which is great for finicky plants like blueberries that need specific acidity. Containers do dry out much faster than ground beds, so you'll need to be more diligent with your watering schedule. They are also perfect for invasive plants like mint that would otherwise take over your entire yard. It's the easiest way to start gardening today without having to commit to a permanent landscape change. Number 8. Cold frames. A cold frame is essentially a bottomless box with a transparent glass or plastic lid that acts like a miniature greenhouse. It sits directly over your garden bed to trap solar heat and protect tender plants from wind and frost. This style is a game changer for people in cold climates who want to grow greens in the dead of winter. You can use old windows as the lid, making it a very affordable DIY project for any backyard. During the day, you have to remember to vent the lid so your plants don't cook in the midday sun. It's an essential tool for hardening off young seedlings before they are ready to face the real world. Think of it as a protective nursery that extends your growing season by several months on both ends. Number 9. Straw bale beds. Straw bale gardening is a unique method where the bale of straw is the garden bed itself. You prep the bales with water and fertilizer for a few weeks until they start to decompose and heat up inside. Once the bale is conditioned, you plant your seedlings directly into the top of the straw with a little bit of potting soil. It's a fantastic temporary solution for people with terrible soil or those who are renting and can't build permanent structures. As the straw rots, it provides a warm, nutrient-rich environment that tomatoes and peppers absolutely love. When the season is over, the entire bed can be tossed into the compost pile to become soil for next year. It's an inexpensive, disposable garden bed that requires zero digging and almost no weeding. Number 10. Tiered or stepped beds. Tiered beds look like a flight of stairs and are often built into hillsides or used as decorative centerpieces. This style is the best way to handle a sloping yard where water runoff and erosion would normally wash away a flat garden. Each step acts like a flat planting area, allowing you to grow different crops at different heights. It's visually stunning and adds a lot of architectural interest to a landscape that would otherwise be difficult to use. You can plant trailing vines on the edges to spill over the sides for a beautiful, lush waterfall effect. It also makes harvesting much easier since the plants are at varying heights, saving you from constant bending. For a high-end, organized look that masters the terrain, tiered beds are the gold standard. So, whether you're digging deep into the ground or building up with vertical towers, there's a bed style out there for your specific goals. Choosing the right one is all about matching your climate, your budget, and how much work you actually want to do.